Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Cuttonwood Sports Podcast. This episode is presented to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network and brought to you by Pins and Aces. Whether you're looking for golf bags, head covers, and apparel, they have all your high-quality golfing needs to look fresh on the greens. Head on over to www.pinsandaces.com and use code word WOOD at checkout to receive 21% off. We have a special guest for you guys today. Red Sox prospect Cooper Adams. Cooper, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, anytime. So I thought I'd just go right into talking about kind of how you came into the Red Sox system and such. So you were undrafted and you were signed by the Red Sox in 2024, and you've been moving up in the Sox system pretty quickly, I would say. Tell us what it was like to go from an undrafted free agent to a pro player.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a crazy experience. And my experience is just going from in college, I was looking at, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get everything I have. I didn't end up getting signed or drafted after college. And then, lucky enough, went to Tread, made some adjustments and got signed. But I remember some of my coaches telling me, hey, man, like, get yourself ready for independent ball, go show out there, and then you'll get your opportunity at some point. And I got lucky. I had a really good pro day, and to kind of get signed to like great organization in Boston, be able to come in and also feel valued, feel like, hey, I can provide and like be someone that can move up in the organization and make my presence kind of known and show that, hey, I can hopefully be a big leaguer one day for the Red Sox. Like that was really, really cool. So yeah, just kind of crazy, something that you dream of. So when it happened, it was kind of like mind boggling. But I wouldn't trade any of this for the world.
Yeah, it's super cool to just looking at like researching you and such, to put it bluntly. When you were in college, you were only throwing like 90, 92, and then you made that bump up and you were hitting like 97. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I talked to my tread coach about it last year, but he looked at my first email I sent to Tread, basically being like, hey, I need some help here because I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, I gotta, I'd be 90, 92 here and there. And then some games I'd be like 86 to 88. I was like, well, what am I doing? Like, I have no idea what's going on. And kind of an interesting story on it too, because in college, my senior year, Matt Duffy went to Canisius. Uh, and we were talking about Danny Kerwin earlier too, but Danny went to Ryder. Me and Danny never played each other in college, but me and Duffy actually faced off against each other. And I think he went 8 innings, like 9, 10 punchies against us. And then that was probably the most Ks I've gotten in the game. I went 6 innings, 12 punchies. Um, and I think one of the Red Sox scouts was at the game. That was, 90, 92, like, doing well. But I kind of fell off after that point. And he called me after my pro day and was just like, what did you do? Like, what happened? Because I saw you in college and you were not doing this. So I don't know what the heck happened, but whatever you did, it worked. So, and we would love for you to be a part of the Boston Red Sox. So can't say no to that.
No.
Take it any day of the week. I love being a part of this organization. It's a blast.
So when you're talking like getting to that point of like you recognizing like, okay, like there's got to be some untapped potential here. Like, is there anything mechanically that like you think about from like that pro day that's like stuck with you, or has it just been like, you made a couple of adjustments and all of that stuff is just kind of like sat with you?
Well, the biggest thing that happened for me, and I think really the biggest reason I had this jump was in college. I was a big, I'd load into my quad instead of my hip.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody says like, yeah, when you're loading in your hip, you're more powerful. Like you get your glute behind it, you're able to rotate better. And in college, it was just like, I'm going to load my glute, or not my glute, my quad. And then because at a certain point, you don't have any movement in that muscle, like you only
Mhm.
have a certain range of motion. I had to extend instead of actually rotate. So, most of the time it's like, hey, I'm just going based off arm talent that day. And if my arm's tired, then, I got nothing behind it. So I ended up making my trade coach kind of put a thing together and said, hey, listen, like we're going to spend 6 months on really working on getting your hip hinge right, loading in your glute, loading in your hip. Did a bunch of drills, did a bunch of like different movements and different like lifts and all that type of stuff to train that. And yeah, just worked at it for 6 months and built up to the pro day and everything. I started to really rework my mechanics and everything stuck. And yeah, when it kept from pro day on, I mean, that was what I was a little worried about was after pro day.
Mhm.
Me getting signed and then I go into the Red Sox organization and I just forget about everything and it just drops off. But luckily that didn't happen, and no, I'm grateful for that.
So do you have like any like mechanical cues, like if you're on the mound? Because I used to pitch, so like I would have like rotating things in my head that I would say, like, okay, you're not doing this right, you're not planting well, your arm's lagging behind you. Like, do you have things in your head that you need to make sure as like a mental checklist when you're on the mound, or is it just kind of going off of feel?
Usually right now it's for feel. I think when I'm on the mound, my usual mindset is just to stay as smooth as possible.
Mhm.
I think especially with fastballs, the biggest thing actually, I don't focus on my lower body. Me and Jeremy Wu Yellen actually talk about this, because we believe really the glove arm is very important.
Big time.
And that's part of the thing that I think about on the mound is like if I want to get the ball into a certain area, whether it be inside, outside, and I just want to throw it as hard as I can, I move my body towards that position, but I really just make sure I stay strong with my glove arm, and then I rip that thing as hard as I can at the end. And I just trust that from all the drills that we do, leading up to games, all the movements that I've done in the weight room, whatever it is to train my lower body to be able to sit in my hinge, rotate, block, do all that I trust that enough to where I can just focus on my glove arm, rip through, and I trust that all my lower body stuff is just going to go. And it's been working out so far, so I will
I'd
take
say
that.
so.
I will take that any day of the week.
You're talking about the mental part of the game a little bit with like the mental checklist. Is there something maybe like kind of like a baseball pet peeve that's mental, like either that other batters are doing or other pitchers that you're watching and you're just like, I can't stand these guys are doing X, Y, Z?
That's a good question, actually, because I don't think I get really frustrated about any type of like pet peeves.
Sure.
But there is something to be said with I'm a big competitor. I like being competitive. I also don't mind like, someone hits a home run off me, bat flip, do all that. Like whatever. Like
Sure.
you got me. That's great. Even sometimes like I remember I walked somebody and they kind of stared me down. I was like, yeah, well, you got me. Yeah, what can I do? I can't do anything. But I'm also the same way. It's like I'll punch you out, and I'm not gonna talk to you about it, but like I'm
But you'll
gonna
know.
I'm gonna get excited and all that type of stuff. And I get I think probably my biggest pet peeve with everything is when people do things like that, like they get hyped up, they get like all this type of stuff when they do something well, but then when someone does something to them and they do something or get excited for themselves, that they don't take it well. That always gets me. It's just like, dude, it's baseball. Like,
It's a two-way
you know
street.
how yeah, like you know how hard it is to hit a baseball. Also too in the sense of like locating a baseball and being able to throw a baseball as hard as you possibly can. Like it's really hard to do. So being able to punch a guy out in a big situation, like you should be excited about that. That guy hits a nuke off you. You know how hard that is to do? He should be excited about that. Yeah, I'm not like advocating for him throwing the bat like Andy Lugo, like all the way up to the top of the thing and then sitting there and watching it for 30 minutes. But like, you could be excited, bat flip, do your thing. Like, man,
Yeah.
you did well. So
The locating, I saw a clip you're talking about how the catcher's setting up kind of more in the middle of the plate, letting your stuff play. Has that? So, do you find that's helped you with locating pitches more than having them set up in a certain like inside corner or high outside kind of deal?
I've learned this year it depends for me,
Okay.
because with certain pitches I have to like I want the catcher setting up middle, and that's what the Red Sox teach us. Like we want everybody setting up middle, aim through the middle and have your pitches move. Um, for me, I do the same thing. My cutter, like I'll aim my cutter down the middle, try and get in on a lefty or away from a righty. I have to like adjust where I view with my curveball. It's like if I want it, in the strike zone, I will aim down the middle. If I want it below the strike zone, I have to aim a little bit lower. But the biggest one for me that I had to make the adjustment because when I was in high A, I was punching guys out, but when I faced lefties, I would either punch a lefty out or I'd walk a lefty. So it was like kind of a coin flip. And half the reason for that was my fastball has a ton of run on it. So when I aim down the middle, I miss arm side with just how my mechanics are. Um, so when I aim down the middle, a lot of the times I would just miss arm side, and then it would just be okay. I'm down 2-0 because I just threw two straight fastballs that are nowhere close to the zone. And when I got up to Double A, Juan Rivera, the pitching coach up there, was just like, "Hey, I see how your arm side miss is always on this side, and it's always with lefties. It's never with righties. It's always with lefties. How about we move the catcher in a little bit and let's just try and aim to front hip your fastball? Because if you front hip your fastball, and like he showed me some video of me front hipping some guys in high A, and it was either they were fouling balls off or they were just jumping out of the way because they thought it was going to hit them, and then I would just steal a strike. So I ended up in Double A really, cutting down the walks a ton because to lefties it would just be like, all right, I'm gonna aim in and just front hip a guy, and then once I front hip them, then I can go to every other pitch. I can go, curveball below the zone. I can go cutter under the barrel. I can go change up away. So it just kind of opened everything up for me. But I try and aim down the middle with most of my pitches, but I think, certain pitches I have to make the adjustment.
From a lot of the guys that we've had on that have been up through the Sox system and such, they've said that the pitching coaches have been amazing on any level. Has there been anyone specific to you that has like helped you become a better player and like be like just been there for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of really good ones. I one that he's not with the Red Sox anymore. He's at LMU now. I got to see him recently. Sean Isaac,
Oh yeah.
really big fan of Sean. He we were together in Arizona. Really helped. He's actually, I tell him all the time. I kind of thank him because I'm like, you really just saved my career. But like he's a big part of the reason my curveball was as good as it was. Because kind of an interesting story on this, but we're in Arizona and it's the last day of Arizona. We have one more game. All the Red Sox guys aren't pitching. We're done. So Sean comes around and just makes a circle and go, hey, do any of you guys want to throw a bullpen on the last day? And everybody's like, no, I'm not throwing a bullpen on the last day. I'm going home after this. Like, I'm not touching the baseball. And I look at Sean, I'm like, I want to throw a bullpen. And Sean just looks at me and goes, why? Why do you want to throw a bullpen? And I'm like, well, I feel like I'm close with figuring out this curveball. He's like, all right, that makes sense. And we go do the bullpen, and I'm sitting there going, okay, we're just going to do curveball bullpens, and we'll be good. I'll be able to work on the curveball, and then we'll be out. But Sean comes up, and for the Red Sox, we do a lot of the velo training stuff, and we did that in Arizona. So the first set would be velo training. You're just pulling down as hard as you can, and then you got a couple on the mound where you're trying to throw as hard as you can. So I'm sitting there going, yeah, we're not doing any of that. We're just going to throw curveballs. Sean goes, hey, you want to throw a bullpen, so we're doing all of it. So I got to go up there, and I'm now kind of mad at him. Like, why did I pick this day to do a bullpen? And I get through that, and I throw my first curveball, and he goes, "Hey, you ever think of spiking your finger and like digging the finger in?" And I was like, "No." Like, why? I don't know why I would ever think of that, but okay, like, sure, I'll give it a shot. Next thing I know, my curveball is born, and it was what it's been. So it's he really helped me a ton there, and then even this year, last 2 years, Bob Kipper was fantastic. I'm a really big Bob Kipper guy. He's the best, and also Juan Rivera. I mean, he's just one of the most knowledgeable human beings in the world. And I know we were talking about fantasy a little earlier before the show, but Juan actually was telling us about he has no idea anything about football, anything about fantasy. It just shows how smart he is. But he created this whole software himself to basically create players for football, like a war system.
Oh my!
And he would draft the players based on their war, and he knew nothing about fantasy, but he ended up winning the league that year because he
I
got
was gonna say I'm
all
gonna
these
need
players
the
that-
link to this
Here's a-
this,
all of us-
this
all of us, we had
proprietary
a draft,
technology.
We were like, bro,
NFL war.
you gotta give us that software or something. He's like, I don't know where it is. I don't know what it is. Like, just leave it be. But I was like, dude, that's sick. That's sick. So
I got shit on the line. I'm gonna need like a number that I can text him because I've got stuff on the line if I lose. So I need.
Yeah, he is one of the smartest human beings I've ever met.
Mm.
He's just an unbelievable pitching coach. Helped me a ton this year when I just adjusting from high A to double A. Just did a ton of really good stuff for me. So yeah, those three coaches specifically are just guys that, like, I think my time with the Red Sox, I've had such a great time with.
You were talking about high A and double A. You've had experience in both. What do you think something that maybe fans kind of maybe misunderstand about the real grind that a minor league baseball season or just life really is?
I think the biggest thing, especially, and it's tough because there are a lot of guys in the big leagues like this. A lot of guys, they call them 4A players, but guys that are just up and down from the big leagues, and like that type of travel where it's just you get called up for one game to spot start, and then you're back down in AAA, and you're there for a little bit, and then you get called back up, and you're flying out to California for a week, and then you're going back, and you have that. But I think sometimes the interesting parts, and they do a really good job with telling us and all that, but from high A to double A, I got lucky because I actually got called up at All-Star break. So I was able to go to my All-Star break, enjoy my time with my teammates. And then the lucky part is we weren't in Portland to start. We were in Reading, Pennsylvania, and obviously I'm in Maryland. So I just went home. I was like, oh, I'm going to go home, get to see my family, do all that. But that's definitely something that can be tough. I mean, you're, like Tolley, for example, Tolley and Brooks got called up to double A, on a Sunday, and we had a later game on a Sunday, and it's like, hey, you guys got to go now because you guys got to be in where I think it was Binghamton. Like, you got to be in Binghamton by Tuesday. So it's like, all right, you got to pack up all your stuff that you've been staying in this, you've been staying in this place for 3 or 4 months, and then you got to pack up all your stuff, put it in a car and go to a new place. And I think that can definitely be the grind of it is, you feel like you get comfortable in an environment, you get comfortable in a place. And then in the next week, you could get moved up and you're like, oh, okay, I got to go. And then unfortunately there are also some experiences where like guys get called up. They're like, hey, I'm going to be here. I got called up. Everything's great. And then they're like, hey, listen, unfortunately, you got to go back down. And yeah, that can be tough. That can be a really, really grind. But I mean, it's just part of the job. And, we get to play baseball for a living. So there's not too much to complain about.
It seems like there's a lot of camaraderie, especially with some of the people that we've already gotten the chance to talk to. How much easier does that make a lot of like that stuff be, especially if you have like such a tight group, especially with some of the teams that you're playing on?
It's been amazing. I mean, we talked about earlier, obviously the part of coming into an organization and me not being a draft guy. A lot of the guys, especially when they get drafted, they come in together, they meet each other, all that. So coming in as a non-drafted free agent, and coming in spring training, I'm not knowing anybody, whatever it was. The guys here just they always made me feel really welcomed, and I got worried because you sometimes you hear horror stories like you're a non-draft free agent guy, no one's gonna talk to you or no one's gonna do this, whatever it is. It's just like that's not the truth. Especially with the Red Sox, like everybody is very open, everybody's very welcoming. When I got there was a lot of guys just saying, what's up, like I'm so and so, I'm this, and I was lucky also too to have I had Sandlin as my roommate my first little bit when he got there. So we've been roommates for a while, and he kind of showed me the ropes with certain things and how certain things work. And no, just everybody. I mean, everybody's been fantastic. Like we have a ton of guys. I mean, I think you guys obviously Sandlin talked about it, I think, when he was on, but we had the bomb squad with Dalton Rogers and Connolly and me and Sandlin, but a lot of different groups. Like Mullins was always in something. We Hunt's always in something. We have a lot of fun, and a lot of guys that just love playing ball, but also just get along with each other so well. Like I don't think there has never been anybody, in my opinion, that you just sit there and go like, they hate me or I hate them. Like it's just this part of like everyone really enjoys each other, really gets along with each other, and that's special considering we're with each other all the time.
You mentioned. Oh, that was a triple, baby, a triple.
All three of us had something.
Good.
I wanted to touch on the Sandlin thing real quick because you said you were his roommate for a little bit. What was it like being? Did you get to be a part of his pregame routine that he was telling us about? Watching Star Wars before every start?
Oh yeah. I mean, he golly, I mean it was there'd be times where because I'm also someone that when I sleep, if there's like the hint of noise that's like not a constant noise, I can't fall asleep.
I'm the same way, man.
And I can't do it. Like TV, stuff like that, like I really struggle with it. So me and Sandlin, I would laugh about it with Sandlin because he would turn his Star Wars on, he'd watch it in the hotel room, and they gave us like an eye mask at the beginning of the year in like one of our goodie bags, and I used that thing till it like tore off the bone because I was wearing it every hotel room, everything, just putting that thing on, putting some headphones in, and just passing out. As soon as I saw Revenge of the Sith come on the screen, I'm like, all right, it's time to go to bed. I love
bedtime,
but it's bedtime. I gotta go. But yes, I've been a part of that.
That is too funny.
And you mentioned Mullins. One thing we talked to him about was the insane amount of promo, like team name changes that Portland did. Do you have any favorite kind of minor league promotion that you either been a part of or seen maybe on like Twitter or something like that?
Yeah, there was one. See, actually, the one that I really liked, which I don't know if it's much of a promotion as just it was a cool jersey, but they did like Star Wars night for Portland, and we got the Darth Maul jerseys, and I was lucky enough to pitch in them, so I got some pictures in them and stuff. Those jerseys were so cool, and they put the bidding up for like the jerseys. You pay for the jerseys, it goes to a good cause, stuff like that. I talked to my parents. I said, "Hey, I want the jersey." So we bid for the jersey. I actually ended up getting the jersey because it was, that one was really cool. They've done a couple others. There was one in Greenville that I liked, but I can't remember specifically what it was. Oh, there was one in Portland I did like. They had the jerseys. I think it was last weekend or so, and we had the jerseys where the kids um, at Children's Hospital
Yep.
they drew on them, and they basically put them on the jerseys,
Right.
and it was just you looked at the jersey and was like, wow, like this is pretty cool.
It's
Hey,
awesome.
some of these kids are really, really like artistic with everything that they're doing, really creative, and just to see that, like, see those jerseys and see kind of the effort some of those kids put into their drawings, and also to know that after the game that these jerseys are getting sold off to go to a good cause. I mean, that was fantastic. But yeah, if I had to say, those were probably my favorite. We also did I didn't get to be a part of it, but Portland does the like Field of Dreams thing at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Very
Those
cool.
that one's cool, but
Yes.
we got screwed up because it poured that day. It's Saturday. We're like, everybody's excited to do this thing. It pours raining, and I'm excited. I'm like, I want to walk out the corn. I want to get all the cool
Right.
pictures that everybody got last year. Like
Yep.
Connolly and Sandlin go up, and Mikey go up at the end of the year, and they go to get that get all the pictures with them walking out of the corn and holding the bat and doing. I've been sitting there, I was like, man, I want those pictures. I want to get that so badly, and now it just gets all messed up because it
Yep.
rains.
Mother
So we
Nature
didn't get
said
to go
no.
out of that. So yeah, it was, but that's a cool one that they do as well.
Yeah.
So we're all from Maine. You didn't spend, from what I saw, you didn't spend too much time in Portland. It was like 2-3 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah.
During your time there, what did you think of the city? And I'm a huge food guy, so did you have a spot that you went to that you liked the most food-wise in Portland?
Yeah, so this is a funny story because I got to Portland and I was like, hey, I want to check out the city, but every single time that it was kind of later in the season, so whenever a Monday would come, and I was talking to Shelby, who was our personal trainer, and she was like, hey, you should go check this place out, check this place out, check this place out. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do that on a Monday. The Monday came, I was like, yeah, no, I'm staying in. I'm playing video games. I'm not getting out of my house. But my parents came out for a weekend, and they were like, listen, we're going downtown Portland. We gotta, you gotta see it. We gotta see it. Um, and we went. And I was kind of blown away just by everything. I mean, it's really beautiful. The only thing that I had gripe with, and it's how it is just everything's expensive. Um,
Pricey.
but very, very pricey. But you know, it was really good. Like the Holy Donut, that place is great. The
Talk about overpriced.
That's overpriced. That is
Oh.
it's
But
not a bad donut, but it's
They're
overpriced.
good.
Their chocolate sea salt donut is like
Very
a top
good.
three, like
Yes.
top three
Yes.
donut for me.
Very,
Very
very
good,
donut.
but it is Portland. Like that like summarizes Portland. It's like $5 for a donut.
But
Oh, yeah.
it's incredible.
It's incredible
Very
donut.
good.
Yeah, it's incredible donut. You're sitting there going like, well, if I went to Dunkin' Donuts, I could have gotten like a dozen for this much. But hey, whatever. Um, but the one that I can't remember, I think it was the Lobster Company, something Lobster Company. But I had their lobster mac and cheese.
Oh.
Dangerous.
God damn.
That was dangerous.
Yeah.
That was
God.
really, really good. It was $33, so I was like, yeah, I can't come back here all the time, but this is really good. Really good.
Treat yourself type meal. Yeah.
Yes,
The
exactly.
lobster mac and cheese. Yeah, that's a hard beat. Too
Oh,
amazing.
Did you ever just get like a whole lobster?
I did. When we went to dinner, me and my parents go, hey, listen, you're only in Maine. This is your first time in Maine. Just get a 2-pound lobster and just crush it. So I got the 2-pound lobster. I crushed it, and then I don't know if my mom has the picture, but I have the bib on, and I like have the crab plate right there, and I'm like this. So, so yeah, I did
Perfect
crush a
main
whole
stuff.
lobster.
It's a
Yeah,
process.
exactly. It is.
It's
You
a
have to
lot of
work for your food. Yeah, really have to work for your
Very
food.
primal feeling.
Oh, 100%. It gives me a very Maryland crab vibes because
I was
Yep.
just about to
there's a
say, I
lot
was
of
like, you
crab
probably
feasts and
didn't
stuff like
have
that.
as much difficulty as some other people, like say Dobbins or Sandlin being from like down
Some of
south
the
and
Texas
everything. And
people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
don't know if Sandlin knows how to, work around a lobster very well, but he probably does. I don't know. I've never seen him, but definitely. Oh, from Oklahoma, you're not eating a lot of lobsters and
No.
crabs, so it's definitely. I'm definitely a little bit more well versed in it just because of the whole Maryland crab thing.
You said you were playing video games. That was kind of your off day thing. What kind of what are you getting into?
It depends. We went through waves this year. We started off. I started off playing MLB The Show,
Love it.
beginning of the year, but Danny Kerwin can attest to this. But I I had to take a break because you play baseball all day,
Yeah.
and then I come home and I'm an okay hitter in the game, but when I'm a professional pitcher. So I know like when I want to throw something somewhere, like obviously I know you're going to miss a spot here and there, but I get online and I'm throwing and guys are hitting pitches that shouldn't be hit
Shouldn't be hit.
ever. Like ever.
Yeah.
Or
Diamond
I'm trying to do the
Dynasty.
baseball thing and tunnel pitches and that doesn't work either. Like
That's why I stick to the franchise mode. I'm a through and through franchise. Like take the Oakland Athletics, move them to Vegas, build them for 40 years, and win 20 championships kind of deal.
Oh yeah,
I
and then
I cannot play online.
you create a player or something too.
Yeah, not max them out.
Yeah, a little road to the show action.
Oh yeah, that's the best. But when you get online, and Danny had to relax me one of the days because I was playing some dude online, and I'm throwing every pitch, and he's just crack over the wall, crack over the wall, crack over the wall, and I'm throwing like curveballs in the dirt, and he's hitting it out. And I just like threw my controller and like hit my hand against the dresser, and I'm just screaming. And Danny's out there, and we're the same party. So all the guys are trying to hold in their laughs.
Yeah.
And Danny just goes over the mic and goes, "Coop, you gotta calm down, dude." I'm like, Danny, listen, this guy just hit 20 home runs off me, and it's just
they just went back to back to back. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, like, what do you want me to do? If this happened to you, you'd be pissed too. Sure enough, like within 5 minutes of that, Danny's playing online, goes back to back to back, and you just hear him cursing out, and you're like, "Yeah, see, doesn't feel really good, does it?"
It's the worst feeling.
Oh,
Especially you got like one of the 99, you got like 99 Pedro, you throw like a change up in the dirt or something like that, and it's like, how are you hitting that out? That's never happening in real life.
The easiest perfect I've ever seen.
Or like Randy Johnson, you're throwing a 90 or a 101 fastball way up here, and the guy gets his barrel to it. You're like, what? That doesn't happen in real life.
It's not physically possible.
Yeah, the Diamond Dynasty online it's frustrating. It's fun. It's so frustrating.
It's great when you're winning.
Yeah,
yeah, it's great when you're winning, but when you're losing, I had to take a break, and we actually went, and me, Adam Smith, Justin Reamer, Danny Kerwin, Max Carlson, and Zach Fogel. We all basically would take in rotation. We would play Rainbow Six Siege. We got really into Rainbow Six Siege. We played that for a good amount of time. So that kind of got us away from raging about baseball because we rage about baseball already. So now we're raging about getting shot from a corner that we didn't think we'd get shot from. But it's like, okay, well, at least it's a little bit more stuff we don't actually do for a living.
Keeps your mind off of baseball a little bit.
Yeah, and you need that during the long season. Focusing on baseball, doing baseball stuff all the time, it can wear you down. But those are fun. I've been playing Fortnite a ton right now with my best friends from high school. So just kind of rotation, goes in rotation a lot.
Whatever the boys are playing, it pretty much is what
Exactly.
it is.
Yeah, whatever anyone's playing, I'm there. So,
Do you have any like superstitions like before your games or before or after maybe a workout or something like that?
I used to be. I'm trying my best to actually get myself out of being very
Sure.
superstitious because I've been very superstitious my entire life. When I started last year, I used to do this thing where it's like, all right, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna meditate in the morning, and I'm gonna go. There was this massage chair at the place we were staying in Greenville. Every time I was starting in Greenville, I'd go to that massage chair, you know, get a massage done, and then I'd, walk to Starbucks down in the downtown Greenville, and then I'd walk to the field. Um, and I think I kind of got away from that because I was just like, I mean, when I'm on the road, I can't do that anyway. Um, but the thing that I guess is a superstition right now is just I made a specific playlist of the music I like to listen to before a game. And I play that every single time because sometimes I was like mixing and matching certain things, and I'm actually people get on me for it all the time, but I'm a Chris Brown guy. I'm a big R&B guy,
Okay,
like
yeah.
more relaxed vibes.
Sure.
But I'm obviously love rap. I can listen to anything, but I also realized with just my mentality on the mound, I'm kind of just like that crazy psychopath type of person when I'm on the mound, where it's like off the mound, off the field, like I'm more relaxed. I'll listen to that type of stuff, but I have to get into a mode of
In the mood.
I'm gonna go kill you instead of let's just chill, have a good time, relax, So
Kind of in the
I
same vein, like like for the Red Sox and MLB when the relievers are coming out, they're closing out the game, or they'll have like the theme song with the scoreboards are playing the song. What's like the song right? At least right now, you're like I'm putting this on for my.
I was
my
gonna ask
anchor.
that same thing. I gotta
And-
know.
Yeah.
That's a good question, actually. What? Oh, that's a good question.
You gotta think about this stuff. This is gonna be popping up for you at some point.
That's true. Well, I had the bright idea in my head that I was gonna play Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
because like it kind of is a little upbeat, so like people could dance to it, clap to it. Like I kind of wanted to see if the fans would ever get like into it when I'm on the mound, because I watched the who was it? He was the bullpen guy for Boston in it wasn't 2016. I think it was 2008. Yuji Hara
Oh, yeah.
and the Sandstorm song,
Darude
and
Sandstorm.
yeah, and
Yeah.
everyone's going nuts when he's coming. I saw that video. And I was like, I want one of them. Like, that's so cool. So I tried to do that, but I think, if I had to look right now, it would probably be. I've been really obsessed with, and I don't know why this song. I guess it just came to my head, but "Prime Time" by Big X the Plug.
Okay.
It kind of
Can't go
just
wrong
gets
with
me
Big Mac.
going. Yeah, I don't know. Just it gets something about it just gets me going. So
Yeah.
that's
It's a
definitely
great pick.
one right now.
I love it.
Yeah,
What's
it gets the job done.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you're not pitching? What's typically in the headphones? You said like chill music, because that's like my vibe lately has been just like chill jazz, like type upbeat ish.
Yeah, it's I mean, sometimes it depends on the mood. Like I'll listen to some country here and there. Listen to some older stuff. Like, Noah Dean and Michael Sansone, they were big Frank Sinatra guys. So sometimes they would get me in a mood for just like listening to Frank Sinatra. But majority of the time, like the playlist is usually like a mix of Chris Brown, Don Toliver. I've been actually really
Yep.
really on to Leon Thomas recently.
Love
Victorious guy, really crazy.
Yeah.
But Leon Thomas, some obviously Drake will always be there. Some Afrobeat songs. I like Thames. Me and Juan Jacone actually got behind that because he's opposite from me. He had to kind of calm himself down before games. And he would listen to Thames, and he just listened to those cool vibes and just relax and have a good time. And I knew I couldn't do that, but I respected it so much because that's why I like listening to them off time. But yeah, that's usually, at least in the sense of rotation right now, those are probably the top 5.
Nice.
I'm going to kind of go in the same vein as what Parker was saying, but I was kind of going through the Instagram, kind of just seeing what there was and what there was about, and I was seeing some concert pics in there. So what would your like ideal concert be? Like if you had to pick 2 openers and a headliner, it can be people you've seen, people you want to see, whatever you want to do. What's your ideal concert look like?
Ooh, that's a good question. That is a very good question. Cause
I love
we ask the tough questions on here.
These are the hard-hitting ones.
No, these are they're making me think.
The hard hit.
Well, I will say from that concert picture, you probably saw on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I went to Rolling Loud with my best friends.
Yeah.
And one of probably the coolest experience of my life, it was 2021, obviously right after COVID. So a lot of these artists are coming back.
Yep.
And this was obviously before the whole Travis Scott, Astro World thing.
That thing.
But Travis Scott might be one of the best performers I've ever seen live. He is unbelievable.
I believe
He's
that.
really unbelievable. So if I had to pick, even though I'm such a big Chris Brown fan, I've seen Chris probably in concert like 4 or 5 times. So I would say I would love for him to headline, but I think, you get me, a couple of my best friends and kind of experience like a Travis Scott concert where you're in the mosh pit, just having a grand old time. I think you go Travis Scott headline, Chris Brown second opener, and then screw it, Drake is the first opener. I mean that's a top lineup. That's a top lineup.
I like that. Ooh,
that's a good. People paying probably $1 million. Oh
yeah, those prices are gonna go crazy.
There's a crazy lineup. Oh,
yeah, that's my salary right there. If I wanted to try to go to that show.
Yeah, yearly salary is going straight to that show, but it'd be worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, the concerts are worth it though. I feel like they're a lot of fun, especially if you go with the right people and everything like that.
They're a great experience, I think, especially with the right people. But it's just when you have an artist that that you can sing along to the songs, you can jam out with your friends, like your friends know them too. It just, I don't know, it's a lifelong memory. You just never forget. I kind of live for those. I talk about with my best friend a lot. Like I will never forget that feeling. Like we were in the mosh pit at Travis Scott. We're both sweating. We need water. We're like severely dehydrated, but we're having the best time of our lives. So
you can't leave the pit either. Like the second you get out of it, the adrenaline goes away.
Oh yeah, and you realize your feet hurt, and it's and you know that you're never going to get that close. Oh yeah, the bruises are you realize you got elbowed in the ribs twice, but you didn't feel it in the moment. No, and also the cool part too, we actually found a system that kind of worked where guys would create a mosh pit, and when they create the mosh pit, you dive toward the stage. So as soon as they do it, because a lot of people all they care about is the mosh pit right there. So you can get as close to the stage as you want to.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got really close to the stage for Travis Scott. We got really close to the stage for Lil Uzi. I actually got like literally front row, and this was when Post Malone was like Post Malone. Like
he was the shit at the time, yeah.
And he, like people, I remember a year later, like somebody was like, "Yeah, man, like I just paid $1,000 for Post Malone tickets, and I'm in the nosebleeds." And I'm showing him videos of me front row, like watching Post Malone. He's like, "Dude, I'm so jealous. Like, how much did you pay for that?" I was like, "Oh, it was just part of Rolling Loud. I think I paid like $500 for the whole thing." Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah, well,
part of it.
I've kind of said it because me and my wife would go to a ton of concerts, and it's like there's something, if you go to the right people, it can be like a spiritual experience. Like we went to a concert in New York recently. Shout out John Bellion, the GOAT.
Oh yeah.
It's like being there. It's like you're shut and you're in a completely different mind space for like 2 hours or whatever it is, and it's like the post concert depression, we call it. It hits hard for like a week every single time. It's like I gotta go to another show. Live music is just a different hit of dopamine.
Oh, it's like they put you in a bubble, and when you get in the bubble, it's like they just fill you up with all the happiness in the world, and then you leave the bubble, and it's just like, oh,
yeah.
I actually think the last concert I went to was Post Malone, and it was when he was at the TD Garden.
Oh, that's a good one.
So it was crazy too because he had broken his rib. Like I think it was like it was like one of the shows prior to it.
Did he fall through the stage or something?
He fell through the stage, and Roddy Ricch was supposed to open for him, but he canceled. And Post didn't like cut out any of the time, so he played at like Roddy Rich's set and his own. So with a broken rib, he did it was a 2-hour set. It was fucking he ended up having to cancel his next show because he was in so much pain.
Oh my god! Well, you got the show of a life.
You've got the show.
It was
that's crazy.
Unbelievable. And this was right after, I think it was 20 Carat Heartache. I think that was the one with like Cooped Up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was when that one came out, and that was such an insane show.
Yeah, that's prime. That's prime Post too. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a heck of a concert. Wow.
That was a good one.
Wow. Yeah, those are.
Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
The best concert I've been to was Jonas Brothers.
I thought you were
They're solid. I'll give you that one. No, they're solid. They're solid.
I've been twice, which once was with Jake, and we were at the Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
And then the second time was this past year, and me and my sister got floor seats at Fenway. And it was Jonas Brothers, Boys Like Girls, and Marshmello. And Marshmello was sick.
Oh, Marshmello would be fire,
Sick.
dude.
It was insane.
Really?
Lights everywhere. You feel the field just vibrating.
I need to go to a concert at Fenway.
It was awesome.
They look like they're fun.
Sick.
They do.
I went to go see one. It was Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Poison. I went to that show, and Motley Crue, they still perform like they're on coke. It's unbelievable. At 70 years old, they have this song "Girls, Girls, Girls," and whenever they do it, they'll literally just have the camera like pan to like women, and they'll all just be like flashing titties and stuff like that. And they're doing that at 70 years old, and they're still getting like the entire crowd. Everybody had their shirts off. It was crazy. Wow. At Fenway.
I love Motley Crue.
Wow, that's where everybody we laugh about with a lot of the younger draft guys, but they'll be using aura and all that type of stuff. Like that's some aura right there.
That's
that is
70 years old.
Aura. Nicky Six still doing his thing.
Yeah, that's wow. No, there's some good ones out there. I went to a Skrillex concert in LA with my best friend. It was a whole like electronic set, but Skrillex was headlining, and it was fantastic. Other than the first thing that they decided to do was blow up these unbelievably huge beach balls and just throw probably 200 in the crowd. So everyone's just getting suffocated. Oh yeah, we're getting suffocated with these big beach balls just coming down, hitting us. We're like dehydrated. We're like fighting for our spots, but we're also kind of like trying to jam to the music. And then we're just getting hit with a beach ball in the head. And we're like, dude, that actually kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's we had a lot of fun there. There's a lot of good concerts out there. That's the one thing I will say about, obviously season and all that type of stuff. A lot of the good concerts are in the summer. So we unfortunately get to miss some of those, but I'm looking forward to going and seeing a lot of different people when in the off season at certain times. I'm not going this year, but hopefully next year go some different places.
About the long season, something I noticed at least with the Sea Dogs, I'm not sure how the schedules kind of work out with like AAA or high A and stuff like that, they play. It feels like they play the same team for like a week straight. Is there like kind of a how different of a kind of prep or the series must play out in such a unique way when you're playing them so many times in a row?
Yeah, it definitely makes it interesting because obviously everyone's throwing out the same different pitcher each
Right.
day, but especially as a bullpen guy, there were a lot of weeks where when I got up to Double A, like I would go out there on a Tuesday. We're playing Somerset, Yankees Double A, and it's like go out on a Tuesday. I throw 2 or 3 innings against Somerset on a Tuesday, and then I'm back Saturday night facing them again for another 2 or 3 innings. And it's like you learn a lot of things from facing them the first time. You learn obviously from your mistakes and stuff, and they do a really good job of scouting, and getting you good reports. But you see different things, but it's also on their side, like they see a lot of stuff. You just faced even if I'm facing them for 3 innings, like I might face a lineup, halfway through, 1.5 times. So at least some of those hitters are getting 2 at bats against me. I'm trying to put together my best pitches and best sequence to try and get these guys out. So when you come and face them, later that week, they might go, "Hey, well, he got me out with cutters and curveballs last time, so I'm just going to sit curveball this time." And it's for you to kind of make the adjustment and go, "All right, well, I know they saw me last time. I did this. Let's kind of switch it up. Still play to my strengths, but still kind of switch it up so they are a little off guard."
We like to ask this to the prospect guy, the guys coming through, because you will be on the Red Sox. You will be. We're manifesting this.
Yes.
When you're playing your first game with the Red Sox, what do you want like the fans in Fenway to know that you're bringing to the Red Sox or to the table?
I think the part that I always like to think of myself as is and play out when I'm on the mound is I'm a competitor, and I'm someone that wants to win. And obviously, I think everyone's dream, especially in the baseball world, is to go win a World Series. But for me, it's like I want to compete in every way I can. I want to be able to be someone that can do whatever the Red Sox need me to do to be able to help them win a World Series. So I think that's the biggest thing that I press upon anybody that, fans and anybody that kind of just watches me and watches my game is like, I'm going to compete. I'm going to go out there and give it everything I have. And, I'm not going to be one to shy away from doing different things. Like if the Red Sox need me for 1 inning, just to mop up a game, cool. If they need me to do the Will Klein in the, World Series of going 4 or 5 innings in the 15th inning, like I'm there. So I like to be the guy going, "Hey, listen, like I'm a competitor. I'll do what it needs to help the team and help the team win and obviously for the Red Sox to get them to the World Series and win a World Series."
It's awesome.
Like exactly what everyone likes to hear. It's it's the competitiveness is like such a big thing. I feel like, I mean, obviously all markets, but Boston specifically is just such a gritty, kind of market, and the fans just love those kinds of players,
Yeah, you can sense it too. Just even in the minors, like in Portland and Worcester, just like how everybody wants to win. Like you want to win, you want to win, you want to have
We're
success.
used to it now.
Yeah, like and especially now, it's like that the Red Sox are building into such a a really competitive team, and obviously first time making it to the playoffs in a couple of years, and
Yep.
like I think that's also the part of being in the minor leagues with them right now, and a lot of the guys that are in the minor leagues, like all of us are kind of chomping at that bit of going, "Hey, listen, like we're gonna keep working, keep doing the stuff that we need to do to prove ourselves because we want to help. Like we want to help, hopefully be the ones to go up and help the team push over to win a World Series." Like
Right.
that's that's something that's obviously really important to a lot of us. And I know for me, I mean, that's a goal. That's a big goal and dream of mine. Is like, host the win the World Series in Boston. Have all the fans go absolutely insane and just experience that firsthand. I think there will not be a better moment in my life. So that's obviously the goal. I'm some of these days where I don't want to go work out or don't want to do all that. Like there's a lot of those thoughts of just like, hey, got to keep pressing, got to keep pushing, because you have the opportunity to really help this team push to win a World Series. And if you have that opportunity to do it, like work your butt off to go do it, because I want to be a part of this. And I know if you ask almost any minor leaguer on and any prospect in the Red Sox organization, like they will tell you the same thing. Like, we want to be on that team, we want to be helping them win the World Series. There's a pride to it, I think, that we have with especially being in the organizations. Like, there's the pride to winning, pride to wanting to be up there and helping out in any way you can.
Just imagine yourself on the duck boats.
For sure. Yeah, exactly.
The duck boats, smashing beers.
No sweeter feeling than being on those duck boats, my friend.
No, that's one thing I wanna experience in my lifetime. That's for sure. That is for sure, especially in Boston. That'd be quite an experience. I know there's always a pushing factor too. I mean, Tolley and Connolly, seeing those guys get up to the big leagues and being teammates with them and friends with them, just kind of gives you that extra motivation of like, man, these are teammates of mine. Like, I want to be up there with them too, enjoying the show and pushing to win games in Boston like they're doing, because they're crushing it. Tolley and Connolly crushing it up there. They're gonna crush it this year. I know that for sure. And obviously my goal this year is to join them at some point.
Fuck yeah.
Just keep pushing, you will. I know fans are going to love you once you get up there, too.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited. I'm excited for this year, and just gotta keep working, keep pushing, and see what happens.
Do your thing. You'll make it. You got the mindset for it. You definitely have you have that personality that I think a lot of Red Sox fans will be able to embrace, which I think is huge, especially in this market. I think in a lot of places, you kind of just go and you're a ball player. But in Boston, I feel like if you have the package where you can play ball and then you have a personality that people love, you'll be a fan favorite. Jerseys everywhere. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely a life goal of mine, is to be able to see, someone wearing my jersey. That's, I was wearing a bunch of people's jerseys. Like, obviously I was a Cubs fan, I told you guys before, but growing up, I had Derek Lee jerseys, Alfonso Soriano jerseys.
Beautiful.
I was imitating Alfonso Soriano stances in T-ball. Like that would be the coolest thing in the world, is to see someone in my jersey and also see, someone trying to pitch the way I pitch and all that type of stuff. I mean, that'd be the coolest thing in the world. So, I'm manifesting that for sure. But
that's what we do here.
Continue to work for it for sure.
Cool. Well, we really appreciate your time and chatting with us, and we really are looking forward to seeing you this next year.
Good luck.
Of course. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. This was a blast. I enjoyed talking with you guys, and anytime I want to get on again, I'd love to.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll get you back on here for sure.
Sure, but no, really, really thankful for you guys having me on, and it was fantastic.
Sure.
Yeah.